Today, I have learned a little bit around Python and how I can transfer files a better, faster, and pretty much more secure way using the FTP protocol. And I want to show exactly how it's done. But, well, first off, we need to understand what is the FTP. Well, from my understanding, FTP is pretty much a way to transfer your files from, for example, a from the internet, basically, cloud to cloud, or maybe probably to from inside a computer. Maybe not exactly cloud for cloud, but you need, for example, to transfer. I don't know. Let's suppose you have a game, but now you buy your new fancy solid state drive, and it's fast, it's big, and you just want to put your trash files. You mean like your games, your 1,000 Steam library games or whatnot, and you connect it. And for example, yeah, you put inside the computer, and if you for some reason instead of using the very direct and the very interactive Windows, you want to just go to town with the programming aspect of it, you could use the FTP file to transfer absolutely all your games. FTP protocol to transfer absolutely all your files, all your games to, let's say, the Steam apps file direct directory to the new games directory, DR. I don't know, F double points. So let me show you exactly how it's done. Today I don't have a, you see, actually I did make a second one here, which is my first FTP. This is very simple, not very much to talk about really. You pretty much just connect to it. Yeah, I just defined this as, well, I'm trying to connect, so here I'm defining my object or my variable FTP as my connection to the ftp.ibiblio.org, and I just say FTP get welcome, which pretty much means if I was accepted to the if I was accepted to the server here, I would, it's able to show me exactly I was connected to. So pretty much the FTP is pretty much you do it in cloud. So for example, again with the example of a computer, you transfer in games, and you can do it by another computer. So you made your PC gamer, your master race of PC gamer, and you do, for example, by a laptop, you're trying to connect everything, perhaps trying to install Linux instead of Windows or whatnot, and you just, boom, you use it, for example, FTP protocol. But this is a very unimpressive code. If I want to break down to it pretty quickly, I just import everything, which now I remember. This little thing here means that I'm taking absolutely everything. I'm importing everything from the FTP library to my code. Absolutely all code inside the library library. Then I define my FTP as a FTP protocol to the ftp.ebiblio.org website. Then I'm just printing down that I was welcome. This get welcome means pretty much, well, it shows you that I was connected, and I quit. That's pretty much it. So very uninteresting. But let's now get to the more interesting code here. If I run this down, you can see it's very different. It will ask me for something. Type for a user and type a password. Since I don't have neither, I just put a blanket thing. I just put a blanket. That means I just press enter and there's nothing, no information. And then it will run some code. As you can see here, it's showing my it's not the actual, but my present directory for my files, and then my new, which is the one I am running to, the one I'm transferring my files to, and then it just show me much it's not. It doesn't show me the files. It shows me the information of the files. So pretty much, who owned this before, who owns it now, where is it, and well, no other things here. Pretty much, it shows us. I thought it actually showed us exactly from what I'm transferring, but it's kind of right, it's kind of wrong. You should think it that way. Well, yeah, it shows me a lot of things. It shows me that I did make a transfer from 226 object files, and I just finished it. Now, I'm not sure exactly where this file. I mean, I'm sure where it's going because I specified it here. Here, I specified it here, but I'm not sure exactly where this is. I'm thinking that this is in the ftp.iblio.org. But well, that's pretty much it. And well, let's now break down the code. And if you like those breaking down of codes, please consider subscribing. Because if you like Python in general, like programming, and even some other stuff, because I try to do some um, different topics, then feel free to subscribe, especially if you sign the bell, you click on the bell, because then you don't need to check out my channel every now and then. You can just receive a notification. Not just that, but also leave a like on the video if you really like it. But, well, let's break the big code. First, I import everything from the FTP library. So, I import absolutely everything I can to my code here. Now I define my object. Let's call that object, though it's variable. I define this variable as the FTP protocol to the ftp.iblio.org. So I just define this up. Then I print my ftp.getout outcome. Pretty much means, well, I was accepted to the code, pretty much accepted to the server. And then I defining a little bit some variables to vary. So I have my user, which is the input it asks me. So here it is, and also it asks me for the password, and then it well it asks for it in the input, and just tells me here. Here is just like a telling, like, oh, type username and type your password. Then I do a login. That pretty much means I take the information you can see, my user, which is pretty much username, and my password, and I try to log in into the ftp.iblio.org. Or better yet, you can say I try to log in into FTP. Then I do a little print, which shows me the the present, which is the current a directory from the work, and I print this, which is ftp.pwd. Then I make my ftp.cwd as pub. Pretty much means I'm transferring the information from the files from FTP to the directory pub, which means public. Then I do a little print, which shows me which is the directory it's running to, or pretty much which is where the files are being transferred to, and then it shows me exactly here where it is now. And then we print the red lines, which pretty much means it prints out the information here, which is pretty much what was the file, so who owned it and whatnot, who accessed it also. So it shows me some things. I think this list part just shows me the format I want to present, and then I quit, and then I just stop. The biggest point I think about this FTP protocol is if I, for example, have a server. Now let's get a different um, a different example. For example, if I have a server, and let's say again, a good point I think is when you updating things. So I have a server. I was in a small company. Now I'm growing and I need more storage space, for example. And while I buy this new fancy server, or not maybe buy one, but I upgrading my server to be more fancy, bigger solid drives or maybe just solid disks. No, solid drives would be better. Um, better format pretty much, so I can run it better. And I take here, like for example, I have now a lot more space, which is where I plan to put, let's say, my databases. So I use my FTP. I connect to my computer. I do FTP protocol in the server, and I just transfer, for example, to C C to D, for example, as a simple example with the FTP protocol. From what they told us, pretty much the FTP protocol is one of the best means you can, and the most recommended mean to transfer big files. So, well, they're definitely using it. From what I understand, it's because it's fast, it's secure, as you can. It's very rare or it's very hard. We need to be in very special circumstances to corrupt your file, but it's generally speaking safe and well fast. You can transfer big files to one place to another place. So that's pretty much it. So well, that's pretty much it for Python today. If you like it, well, please again think about subscribing and like the video. Like the video if you like it, and well, if you found it useful, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And well, ring the bell so you don't need to check my channel every now and again. You just will receive a notification for that. Not just that, but if you are an IT professional, or maybe you have some ideas of how could this be used better, or maybe other types of protocol, feel free to put everything in the comments down below. Well, even put questions, and maybe even, well, let's say things you want me to talk about, or things you think it's cool. Just put in the comments down below, or enter in contact with my social accounts. But that's pretty much it. I hope you like it, and well, until tomorrow. Bye!